Are you experiencing shortness of breath, erratic heart rates, cold sweats, loss of hair, uncontrollable urges to scream, low testosterone, and the desire to drink soy lattes and color your hair blue every time you hear a name? Then you may suffer from Trump derangement syndrome or TDS. There is a cure for you. Call 1-555-RED-PILL and we will ship you out a bottle of our high dose of reality. Just one dose and all your symptoms will disappear like it was magic. But really, it's science. Our crack team of trained specialists have spent years developing this one-shot pill that will make your life magical again. Side effects may include chest hair growth, the ability to walk by a woman and get her pregnant just by being within 10 feet, getting a job and keeping a job, moving out of your parents' basement, the desire to own a firearm, including high-capacity magazines filled with freedom seeds, lower taxes, and sudden fits of happiness and joy. Call 1-555-RED-PILL. That's 155-RED-PILL today and start living the American dream.
The opinions voiced on The Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting, or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
Oh, yeah!
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you!
Fuck you!
Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Dime does it, and they call them racist. We the people.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Joe Biden. Although I wouldn't fuck Kamala Harris, with Henry's dick, but, that's all right. Anyway, it is The Raw. Welcome. My goodness gracious me, it almost seems like forever since we were here. I, of course, am Miss Dan Hansen, and over there is Henry Longbreak, guarding the sacred phone number, 928-476-0331. And holy cow, we are live once again. Hi, Henry. How the hell you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, sorta. We'll get into why the sorta maybe later. Who knows? But that's all right. For the moment, I'm here. I'm ready to do the show. Let's get this thing fucking started, shall we? Good God Almighty.
I think we shall.
There is, of course, right now. There's a lot going on out in the world, and it's trying to feed through all of this bullshit. Seriously, trying to feed through all this goddamn bullshit has been absolutely fucking insane. Day before yesterday, of course, was Sunday. Yesterday appeared an article in the Stars and Stripes. Now, if you don't know what the Stars and Stripes is, it is the service newspaper. Okay, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. That's their newspaper. All right, and for the most part, it really is a good newspaper for the armed services. Its mission, of course, is to keep morale going and keep the fighting spirit going within the armed services,
within the ranks.
Exactly. But for that reason, all right, it has been used for propaganda. to keep military morale, keep fighting spirit going, and just all the above. They printed a they printed a story that first appeared in the Washington Times, and it really started to concern a bunch of people. And as soon as I have it, I will share this with people. Also share audio, doggone it. So I can even, here we go. North Carolina well, the original headline wasn't this. The original headline was something else completely, where militias were said to be threatening FEMA and National Guard, and they were pulling back out of certain areas because of this. The story turned out to be complete fucking bullshit. As in absolutely complete bullshit. Because they ended up arresting one man. I'm not going to share his name because he was a sorry sack of shit.
So one problem, and that's a militia.
One problem, that's a militia. One guy. One fucking guy.
Yeah, did they get that stuff wrong or what?
Well, yes, they did. They got that way fucking wrong. I'm trying to find my ex post about it. God, I hate that name. I really do. I hate that fucking name. I hate that name with a passion. Oh, good Lord Almighty.
What word?
What's that?
What do you hate with a passion?
I hate X.
Okay.
It should have stayed Twitter. As far as I'm concerned. Well, look.
Take that up with a billionaire.
I understand. Take that up with a billionaire who
can do what he wants.
Well, of course he did. He paid $44 billion, and he could call it, fucktards from Planet Z as if he wanted. But no, I can't.
No, it's not that far down the alphabet.
I have an X post. What? What are you talking about? An X post? What the fuck is an X? Are you writing letters to your ex-wife, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-fiance? What are you talking about?
Future ex-wife.
Your future ex-wife. That'd be me. No, I'm kidding.
I haven't met her yet.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't met her yet. I was hoping
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so
biatch.
Yeah. So what they were trying to do is they were trying to make it into a story about militias were going in and hampering efforts. It was one fucking guy.
Yeah.
It was one fucking guy sending in anonymous threats. He's in jail. Probably going to be in pound me in the ass federal prison for making terroristic threats. But this asshole's name was William Jacobs Parsons, age 44. And he's from North Carolina. He's on charges of making threats against Federal Emergency Management Agency employees, FEMA, and the U.S. Forestry personnel. I had a problem with the damn story from the start. When news stories start out with reports,
right.
Boom, that's it. And the reason that military units, as a National Guard, military units, standing army units are retreating with FEMA from an area because of reported threats. My mental antenna starts going up and it starts doing its "this is bullshit" dance. Especially when you read further into the article and said it was a email and an online threat. And then nobody was named. No individual militia was named.
So it was starting to stink right from the very gate.
Oh, I took a look at the headline and said, I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
And I read the story and I had even more problems with it.
Then you called bullshit.
And then I called bullshit. And I called bullshit for it on numerous reasons. One, the use of reporting or reported. That's just another way of saying rumor has it.
Yeah.
No hard evidence of any militia doing any such thing in a disaster area. And three, right now in Congress, there's a tabled anti-militia bill. So it was starting like it was starting to sound like a manufactured narrative to push that bill through.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Alex Jones moment.
Mm. So with that, you're going to sell me some vitamins and...
I unfortunately, I have no vitamins to sell you.
Damn.
Anyway, 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331 is the number if you want to join in the conversation at all. Numbers on the screen. Henry will point to it again. 928-476-0331. You need to start slowing down. You know, on all my programs, the number is visibly on the screen. If you can't find it, or if you can't find it on your screen, you need to get better glasses.
Where's it at?
Yeah. That's you, because you have this tiny little fucking laptop screen.
Oh, you got your desktop?
Of course I'm at my desktop.
I do have a big monitor I could put it on, but I'm good.
No, actually you're not. Because, you know, I said, can you read? And I asked if you can read this. No, it's too small. Every single time. Yeah.
Who is that over there?
Oh, man.
Who is that guy over there?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a
You know,
girl.
but no, it turns out to be one guy. And it took a long time for the correction to be put in.
Yeah, the media is just out for the shock treatment. They just
Well,
want the shock.
Like I said, Henry, it starts a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I saw some of that narrative take place today on X and in other places, where people who read the original story haven't gone back for any updates or any further explanation, and are going, well, militias are the bad thing. Militias are the bad thing. We can't have this. We can't have this at all. This is we can't have this.
Yeah, it messes with our narrative.
Exactly. Yet, you know, I'm going to share a video right now. Hopefully I can get it to restart. Yeah. Oh man, sometimes I have far too much stuff on my desk. This is the militia. This is the militia that is working in the area.
We just landed.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Liz Bruno.
Jeremy Locke, Cadero Recovery. We got Global Empowerment Mission here.
It's a handshake. Oh my God.
All right.
God.
Well, let's find out where they are. We're gonna get them out of here.
Yes.
And please, any information you get passed to us. We got these amazing guys
Yeah.
with Special Forces parachute team to help fly us around. We're getting people out.
Oh, you guys are incredible.
Awesome.
You're incredible.
Look at that devastation.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how legends are made.
This is kind of what we have to do now. The information we're getting is sometimes old. So when we arrive there, we've got very limited air assets. So what we're doing now is we're actually touching down. We're doing link ups with the locals, and then we get taken off and go help the people. We've got some people here right now.
I'm cranking up on the throttle, victory is mine. Show you the
This is the threat.
Hey guys, Eric Clare here with Aerial Recovery. We're doing a supply drop for a family out here in Banner Elk. The river has washed out all the bridges, so we're trying to get in contact with the family right now in order to get them to try to at least drive down to this road here on the other side, and then we're going to try to hump these supplies across over here where it's shallow enough. Oh yeah. We just hiked all the way up here to the house. Now we're gonna get a truck or an ATV, get it down by the river, cross the river with stuff. Good to go. That's it. That's for you. All this? You have a box? Just the box generators.
We'll see if we can fit it all in this.
Look at that.
Appreciate y'all.
Look at that.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's not FEMA.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the dangerous militia.
Yeah.
You know, I am so sick and fucking tired. I am so sick and fucking tired of the entire goddamn narrative.
I think everybody else is too.
It has created nothing but divisiveness, distrust, and fear.
Oh, lots of fear, yeah. And that's what they want to do. Fear, if you get people in enough fear, then you could control them.
Yeah. Now, we know Speaker Mike Johnson isn't all that upfront of a person as far as being Speaker of the House.
Yeah, we need an overhaul in our whole government system.
I understand this. But when Face the Nation goes and purposely clips his answers to make him say one thing when he is saying something else.
Right. That's fucked up shit right there.
It is absolutely fucked up shit.
Yeah, that is not cool. In every level, that is so wrong. You're misrepresenting what our government's about. Your narrative is harming people.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna take a look at this clip. Now, on the left is what aired on CBS. On the right is what
edited or not edited.
His full answer.
Yeah.
That he had to record himself to make sure that his words got out correctly. This is how much trust we have in mainstream media.
So that's a different accounting than this 2% you say was distributed.
Yeah, so they've obligated some funds, but they've only distributed 2%. The rescue and recovery effort's still going on, and then we address the rest of it.
So that's a different accounting than this 2% you say was distributed.
Yeah, so they've obligated some funds, but they've only distributed 2%. And when I was there on the ground, and you should go, I mean, bring the cameras and talk to the people there. They'll tell you, don't take politicians' words for this or the administration's word. Talk to the people there on the ground. They had not been provided the resources almost 2 weeks out from the storm that they desperately needed. And when I was there, 13 days post the storm hitting that state, people are still being rescued. They're stuck in the higher elevations in the mountains because the roads are down and all the rest. So they need every available resource and all hands on deck. The rescue and recovery effort's still going on, and then we address the rest of it.
So that's a different accounting than this 2% you say was distributed.
Yeah, so they've obligated some funds, but they've only distributed 2%. The rescue and recovery effort's still going on, and then we address the rest of it.
So
that's all they aired on CBS. That is all they aired on CBS. Considerably different.
Wanting to make their stuff look better.
No, they're wanting to shape somebody else's words into something else that he did not say.
Right, to make their agenda
to make
look better.
Their narrative
look
right.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a lie of omission.
Absolutely is.
That is a lie of fucking omission. Has nothing to do with reporting. Has everything to do with misinformation on their part.
Totally. I think America's waking up to this bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know, Henry. I really don't know because, I saw the damage that first article did. I saw the damage that first article did. And of course, all the mainstream media picked it up and go, militia threatening ground operation, FEMA operations in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom. When it was one fucking person.
Mm-hmm.
928-476-0331.
Call in. Give us your thoughts.
I don't have a problem with people having a difference of opinion. That's how we communicate.
Of course.
That's how we grow. That's how we learn. We learn from differences of opinions.
Of course.
We talk about it.
Yes.
Then we come to a middle ground on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the only agreement is we're going to agree to disagree. Then we can shake hands and move on.
And that's the way it always used to be.
There are many things you and I disagree on. Does it mean I hate you?
Kind of.
No. I just call you a retard and move on.
You're retarded.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm gonna reach through here and bitch slap you.
whatever you want to do. Doesn't bother me. By the way, if you want to join in, be one of the squares, let me know. Message me on X or something. I'll shoot you the link.
Now, I when I logged in, I saw on there because I was wondering how many we could have up to 10.
Yeah,
up to 10 squares. So we got more squares. We can put you down there. Or
breaking away from the minutiae and the bullshit for a moment. The upcoming election. We need to talk about that. We are the Raw is going to go live for the upcoming election. Of course, I am inviting everybody who wants to join in. But here's the catch: you gotta help me report stuff.
Yes.
I can't cover all 50 states, and of course, it's I'm staying live until polls close. Now, not necessarily polls in Hawaii, but definitely polls in Alaska. And we're going to get the most complete numbers we can. One of the things we will not be doing, I will not call any election for any state until 90% of the vote is in.
Okay.
None of the shenanigans from 4 years ago, where
oh my gosh,
states were being called with before the
Fox
vote
did that.
was even closed.
Yeah.
Sort of like they knew what was going to be happening.
Yes. Before it had a great chance, unless they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it was ridiculous.
But now there's a lot of races that we're going to be watching across the United States. And if you're in one of those areas, one of those states where you are, I definitely invite you on. So
yes.
You're responsible for those states' reportings.
That's right.
So I don't have to go and look it up.
We need you on here.
I need you.
We need you.
Yeah.
The first 8 people that are willing to do that can get on with us.
I'll throw you off for a 9th that's willing to do that, because you're never willing to do that.
Who are you anyway?
Kidding,
bitch.
Anyway, no, as many people, and of course we can swap people out as well.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. Oh man, it's getting tired. I gotta go. Okay, see ya. Boom, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Boom, up next.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Take me off.
Yeah, something like that. But it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long broadcast, and I expect to have a whole hell of a lot of fun that night.
Yeah,
it's like a friend of mine said, hey, that's my Super Bowl Sunday.
There you go.
Tuesday. And yeah, and especially this one's going to be rather contentious.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a Tucker Carlson interview today, and I don't know when it was from. I wish I had saved it.
Mm-hmm.
But it came down to the fact that his guest said, if Donald Trump wins, there's going to be a lot of mental breakdowns.
Oh yeah.
Possibly a bunch of divorces.
I you know what? I just saw and I couldn't tell you the source, but I just saw it today. They were giving a breakdown on the people that are in relationships and that are happily in relationships, and it showed most of the Democrats really, really are in lousy relationships, if any, very, very small. They're totally not happy. How they get these statistics, I have no idea. No idea. But it was very interesting to see that. It could have been made up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past either side. But divorces will come out of it.
I'm sorry, what?
Divorces will come out of it.
Possibly.
Now I know a couple. That he's a Republican and his wife is a Democrat, and they are voting opposite. And it's somebody you know.
Okay.
But that's kind of interesting. John and his wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. But they won't be getting a divorce, I'm sure.
Oh no, no.
They keep politics out of the bed sheets.
They totally do. They totally do. Yes. And they even talked about it. Let's just neither one of us go vote. Because we're just canceling out each other anyway. And And I told him, I says, "You're going to still go vote, aren't you?" "Oh, hell yes."
I'm just telling her I'm not.
Right.
Well, no, that's fine and dandy. You know,
yeah, I've known people that were totally like that. They just don't talk politics.
Right.
If they do, they don't argue. They just keep their mouth shut.
Right. Well. So to carry on, we're going to be covering the presidential election, of course, other elections across the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, we're very interested in what's going on in Arizona and Needles, California, but we're also interested in what's going on in your states as well. So if you have something you want us to report, make sure you get it to us so we can report it. See, there you go.
Johnny would be a great one to be on with us.
Oh, fuck Johnny.
He's New York.
I know, but I love Johnny, but he's a flake. Okay.
And?
Well, he's a flake. He's not reliable.
And? It'd be nice to have him on. If he comes on, fine. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Yeah.
I'm not going to hang my hat on it.
Okay.
Not going to hang my hat on it. Anyway,
Chuck will be a good one
on. Chuck's always on
from Washington. Yeah, that would be great.
But I think he's mad at us right now. But you know that's
okay. He'll get over it.
So anyway, apparently, you know that segment that Mike Johnson was on wasn't the only one that got slaughtered and hacked up during that.
I believe that.
Apparently CBS doesn't want to hear you about Virginia Governor Youngkin, who is trying to clean the state's voter rolls so non-American citizens cannot vote there.
They don't want people to know about that.
Yeah, and of course, I'm sure you've heard in the news that the Biden administration is suing Virginia. So yeah, you can't do this. It's too close to the election. Here's what aired on Face the Nation, and then here's the full answer.
You know that it is against the law for non-citizens to vote in federal elections. That's established law.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But here's the problem. There's a number of states that are not requiring proof of citizenship when illegals or non-citizens register to vote. We know that's happening.
But respectfully, Speaker,
everybody should want the law to be followed.
You know that it is against the law for non-citizens to vote in federal elections. That's established law.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But here's the problem. There's a number of states that are not requiring proof of citizenship when illegals or non-citizens register to vote. We know that's happening. Look, Glenn Youngkin in Virginia, I was going to say, he issued an executive order to clean up their voting rolls heading into the election. less than 30 days out, a couple of days ago, the Biden administration, Department of Justice,
Same thing, Obama,
sued the governor and the Commonwealth of Virginia to try to prevent them from cleaning out their voter rolls. See, that kind of thing creates a lot of doubt and concern in the minds of a lot of the American people. Why would they do that? Everybody should want the law to be followed. Yeah.
See how badly they hatched. They cut out an entire segment.
The most important part.
The most important part.
Because it didn't fit their narrative.
Yeah, because it didn't fit their stupid narrative. Because it didn't fit their stupid goddamn narrative. 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. Your comments in Rumble and on Twitter and on whatever as well.
Don't forget the whatever.
But these people are lying to you. They're lying to you. They are creating a false narrative by clipping and creating answers that he didn't give. We saw that with the creative editing with a lot of Trump speeches. We saw that with creative editing with a lot of other people's speeches as well, to make them say things they did not say.
Right.
That's a lie of omission.
Yep. And Biden was on the campaign trail today, and I was listening to his speech, and oh my gosh, he's embarrassing. He's really embarrassing. But he was talking about Trump telling people to drink the bleach, and the way that Trump handled the COVID-19 and how many people died on his administration. More died on Biden's administration than did his.
I know. And the American people know this. Yes. At least I hope they do. But the thing is, they tried out the same lies over and over and over and over and over again, hoping that people will believe it. Well, unfortunately, the people who are already going to be voting for Harris have probably already voted for Harris.
Right.
Early voting has already begun.
It has. And I don't like early voting.
I don't particularly like it either, but I like it. I like in the fact that I at least get the ballot early.
Yeah. Well, we always did before anyway. Wasn't a full ballot, but it's what we're going to, it'd be our cheat sheet to go in there with.
Right. And I imagine if I did not get the early ballot mailed to my house, then I would get that cheat sheet.
Yeah.
I would get that cheat sheet.
I'm leaving that day, the day of election. I'm leaving that day, going out of town, and I'm waiting till the polls open, going to vote, and then I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
Going to Orange County.
Okay, how are you going to be involved in the?
Oh crap! That's right. I'll bring my computer with me.
Holy crap! I mean,
or you know what? I'm crap. That's right. No, I have to bring it with me because I've been relieved doctor's appointment the next morning.
Well, see there you go.
That's
already, we made plans and you didn't remember a doctor's appointment. Very good. Congratulations. Until you had plans to vote in person when the doors open, because you have to leave town.
I didn't remember that. My doctor also is from Wuhan, China.
Yeah.
And is a Republican.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know out there that you could be a Republican wherever you are.
However, he is a naturalized American, so who cares?
Correct. He is a voter. He is an immigrant from Wuhan.
Yeah.
He is now a citizen of the U.S. and cares very dearly about our country.
There you go.
And he came in the right way.
There you go, right there. 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331 is the number. You know, there's another video where Mike Johnson was talked about illegal aliens and how the SAVE Act was passed, only to be, in the House, only to be turned down in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And this is him talking about that.
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. It's not me undermining it. It's the actions of the Biden-Harris administration in some of these states. Non-citizens are not allowed to vote under federal law.
So if your issue is with certain governors, shouldn't you be talking to them?
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. It's not me undermining it. It's the actions of the Biden-Harris administration in some of these states. Non-citizens are not allowed to vote under federal law. But the states have prohibited. We passed the SAVE Act, in the House. The SAVE Act says you've got to have proof of citizenship before you register to vote. And Chuck Schumer and the Democrats blocked that in the Senate. We could have prevented this. The questions that people have about that. But the Democrats chose not to. They opened the border wide. A lot of people theorized that was so that they could have non-citizens to vote. These are realities, Margaret. I wish it weren't true, but that's the concern that people have. And in Wisconsin, for example, some of the counties are. It is law, but that's correct. But we have to make sure the law is followed. And that is the whole point. That has always been the whole point of the SAVE Act and all the measures that we've tried to ensure. I believe by my count, we have about 16 million illegal aliens in the country since Mayorkas and Harris and Biden opened the border wide. And because of that, there's concern because those people are distributed all around the country, as you know. There's concern some of those people will try to participate in the elections. Look, some of our House races, I believe the Republicans are going to win the House, or the House majority, win the Senate and the White House. But in some of our House races, I have a colleague who was elected by 6 votes in 2020. Some of these are decided by hundreds or a few thousands of votes. So if you have non-citizens participating against the law, and you have no mechanism in some states to stop it, that is the root of so much of the concern. And of course, in California, they have ballot harvesting, right? Ballot harvesting is notorious for opening the door for fraud. In Wisconsin, they're going to put, in some counties, unmanned ballot boxes in public parks again.
There you go.
They don't want to hear that.
Well, no, of course they don't want to hear that. Number one, it takes too much time.
Mm-hmm.
Takes too much time. You can't. We don't have enough time for all those answers. So we're gonna cut it down to our narrative and our narrative alone.
Mm-hmm.
928-476-0331. The lies and duplicity of the mainstream media is just absolutely mind-boggling.
It is.
And truly, Henry, it makes me ashamed to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the difference. Before I air anything, unless it's breaking news, I go by three-factor authentication for stories. I have to be able to confirm the information in three different news outlets,
mm-hmm.
of a varying degree of right, left, middle.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be more than just reported. If it's reported, gets kicked right out the door. It's not a news story. Unless it's breaking news. Two different things. And 3, there has to be actual corroborating evidence. Eyewitness, pictures, photos, video, witness statements that are not anonymous.
Something real.
Something real. Something tangible. Something provable.
Mm-hmm.
That is the way things used to happen. The who, what, why, and where had to be covered.
I got to take a little break. I'll be right back.
Okay. The who, what, why, and where had to be covered. 928-476 928-476-0331 928-476-0331 is the number to join the conversation. We're going to take a quick little break while Henry's taking a quick little break. We'll be right back.
This portion of the Raw could be brought to you by you for as little as $25 a week. For more information, email us at theraw@ktox.com. That's theraw@ktox.com. theraw@ktox.com.
KTOX.
KTOX.
The Tri-States Talk Leader.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
Learn how to defend yourself and your loved one. Kingman Force on Force. Krav Maga. Empty hands. Edge weapons. Firearms training. Train like law enforcement with our virtual range simulator. AZCCW classes. Free gun safety classes. Our instructors are AZDPS licensed, NRA certified, and former Combat Special Forces. 3001 Stockton Hill Road, Kingman, Arizona. www.kingmanforceonforce.com.
I'm Rob Hansen.
And I'm Henry Longbreak, along with Tundra.
And KTOX 1340 AM, we are pleased to support the Mojave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation.
The Mojave County K-9 Foundation teams with the Mojave County Sheriff Department to keep our county safer. It increases deputy safety, and the dogs are highly visible deterrents against robberies, burglaries, and drug dealing.
K-9s can save time clearing buildings. It takes less than the quarter of the time that it would take a deputy on his own.
K-9s can track juvenile runaways, missing elderly persons, fleeing suspects, and provide comfort to traumatized victims.
For more information about the Mojave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation, or you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation or host a fundraising event that includes a K-9 demonstration, call John Sanchelli at 651-270-0920 or go online at www.mcsk9f.com.
The Mojave County Sheriff K-9 Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay, this is the Target House.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You get enough. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
Oh, and welcome back. It is the Raw. I'm your hostess with most, Miss Christina Hansen. Of course, we're being joined by Henry Longbreak, but he still seems to be a little bit out. which is okay. You can give us a call at 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. And I'm sure Henry will be back in just a moment. I'm positive he will be. He usually is. But we're talking about some things that are pretty damned important. And we've been being fed absolute bullshit and lies throughout the last 4 years. We can no longer trust any of our mainstream media news sources. And welcome back, Henry. No, he doesn't have his headphones on, so I could say whatever I want about him and he wouldn't know. Oh, hi, Henry. Welcome back.
You could say anything you want about me and I would never know.
You would never know. Hi, welcome back.
Yeah, whatever. No, I just remembered something I had to take care of real quick.
That's fine.
Yeah, one of it was putting something in the microwave so I could eat.
Oh, you want to eat, huh? That's nice.
Yeah, so it'd be ready.
Good story.
Yeah. Eat.
So what are you having for dinner?
I'm having spaghetti.
Spaghetti
and meat sauce, Stouffer's.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there you go.
Yeah, and I had to get a couple shirts that I almost forgot to put together, some dress shirts, because I'm going out of town early tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. You have political stuff to do.
I do, and I forgot I needed 2 dress shirts, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'll wait until break. No, wait a minute, I will forget it. And
you will forget it.
I will forget it. Yes.
Well, that's okay. We took a short break just before you came back. So, which is okay. So you didn't miss much of my spiel.
Okay, except for you're talking about me behind my back.
Of course. I saw you come in and then I started talking about you. But no, we were talking about we cannot trust mainstream media.
No, absolutely not.
And this is a crying shame. Journalists forever have been called the fourth estate. The reason they were called the fourth estate is because it was their job to hold politicians accountable, to report on them, good or ill, and keep their feet to the proverbial fire. They are not doing anymore. Even Fox News.
Right.
Even Fox News. We all know who Geraldo Rivera is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't remember Geraldo,
chair on the face guy.
Yeah. But he is most known for his highly hyped vault search.
Al Capone's.
Al Capone's vault.
Yes.
Turned out to be a garbage heap.
We're going to open it on air.
It turned out to be a garbage heap.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of when his career took a flop.
That's when his career went nosedive. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He endorsed on the 5 at 5 Kamala Harris.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Okay.
Does this surprise me? No.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He always has been an idiot, and he'll continue to be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
He will be the guy who went looking for gold in a garbage heap.
Mm-hmm.
And found nothing but garbage.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be the guy who got hit in the face with a chair. I don't even know the context of that story. Don't care.
I forget. I remember seeing it live, but I forget. I think it was a KKK or something like that. It was one of the racist groups.
I have no fucking clue whatsoever.
They threw it, hit him in the nose, broke his nose.
Not that I approve of violence in
No,
in
not
any
at
shape
all.
or form.
Not at
But
all.
the thing is, the guy has been a sensationalist jackass his entire career.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why Fox keeps him around this long. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do not.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember him on WGN out of Denver, Colorado for years.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a fairly credible investigative journalist.
He did. He was really good for a long time.
But it was when he opened Al Capone's garbage
can. Ruined his career.
That everybody started looking at him like, okay, yeah, you're in a fucking nut job.
Yeah, at least plant something in there like they would nowadays.
Well, yeah, no. And then they really would have, this is when news stations had integrity.
Somewhat honest, yeah. Yes.
I mean, yeah, he honestly thought, he was opening up a secret stash of, his stash of something, and that's fine and dandy.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, you open it up and find 100-year-old garbage.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
No, it's not a good thing to do. Anyway, 928-476-0331 is the number if you want to join in the conversation. Holy cow, the Rumble boss. It's time to rumble. Smash that like button. If it's close, 10% could turn. Rob, have you seen this guy? Yeah, no, I haven't. Around 4 p.m. Okay. John is all gay and okay.
Johnny, what?
Johnny's
on there?
Yeah, Johnny. No, Johnny's not there, but
okay. Someone talked
anyway. Let's see. Makes notes, Henry. Notepad is good. I have my tiki's lit right now. Good touch for the backyard. Absolutely. All right, there you go.
Well, you know what? A notepad would have been really good today when I was reading the story on the media and what different people in our government and George Soros has related to the media, the people that are related to the media.
Well,
there's a whole bunch of them in there.
Let's, on CBS's 60 Minutes, they showed highlights of 2 answers for the same question. Or they showed highlights for one answer, and then during the show, they edited it to have a completely different answer. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, I'm going to play it. This is the commercial teaser that they played.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems,
in other words, complete word salad.
Mm-hmm.
Complete word salad.
Right.
Let's
go and listen to the edited answer.
Many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Night and day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Night and fucking day.
Total night and day. Let's give the whole thing unedited. We want to know. We want to have a president that's unedited. Not someone that's been chopped apart to look good.
Here's the problem, okay? She does okay when she has a fucking script.
She didn't have a script.
Sort of like your Needles mayor.
Correct. She's good with
if she doesn't have a teleprompter, if she doesn't have the answers right there in front of her, all she does is the word sound like at the beginning of this dumbass shit.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have
here, I'll sum it up. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, like when we had the mayor on the radio 2 years ago.
Well, exactly.
She had no idea what she was talking. She had no idea what she was talking about. It was unscripted, and it was legitimate. I mean, we weren't even that hard on her.
I really wasn't all that hard on her.
No,
you know, I asked her the same questions I asked everybody else.
Yep.
What are you going to do about a supermarket? What are you going to do about jobs? What are you going to do about housing? What are you going to do about? And I got blah answers. I got no answers whatsoever. So I ended up having to talk a lot.
Right.
And while all she could do, I'm really not sure. We can do this. Well, all right. Yeah. How about this? How about doing something like this? Would that be a good idea? I don't really, It's like, it was dumbass shit. Okay. And then she goes and complains that, we didn't let her talk.
Yeah.
You had nothing to say.
She had absolutely nothing to say.
You had nothing to fucking say.
She has,
we had another mayor on this last weekend.
The mayoral candidate.
A mayoral candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And, I asked him pretty much the same questions. And, he had a lot to say.
He did.
It was a good conversation.
Very good.
It was a good conversation. I'd like to have him on again, but, I've got to let everybody else have a chance, including
everybody has a chance. Yep. And if they don't want to come in, then, he can have their time.
I understand. I don't, but, frankly, I don't care. I do not care at this point. All right. I'm beyond caring.
Yeah, I do care. It's my city and I'm on city council.
Well, I understand, but I'm beyond caring about the other candidates, whether they come on or not.
No, I would like for them to come on. I'd like to hear what their thoughts are, because I haven't even heard them.
Well, the problem.
2 years on being on council, I haven't even heard what the mayor's got. The only thing that I heard that she wanted to do is keep the bathrooms closed for the veterans. That's all I heard. And when she said that, we jumped up and said, "Oh no, that's not going to happen," and we overwhelmingly rejected her.
Absolutely.
Then she tried to backpedal on that one and saying, "Well, no, I didn't really want it closed. I just wanted, us to be careful." It's like, shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, and it's absolutely disgusting. We're going to take a quick break, Henry.
Okay.
And
I'm going to get my food.
When we come back, we're going to take your phone calls 928-476-0301 and continue on with the good bullshit. We'll be right back. It is the Raw. Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way! Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Okay, this is the target house.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
The opinions voiced on the Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
Oh, yeah.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call them racist. We the people. Let's go random. We the people. Let's go
Tackles McKnee pads. Anyway, it is Raw. I'm your host with most of this is Dan Hans. Of course, we are being joined by Henry and Tundra and the tumor.
And the Tuma.
And the Tuma. That'd be Dylan. He's a meat missile. He's a good dog. Anyway,
he's been really quiet too.
Well, maybe he got wore out today.
You
know, it's always a possibility. Yeah, I know you're eating sketty from Stouffer's.
There's a meat missile. Come on, Dylan.
There's the meat missile. Hey, I heard you were talking about me.
Were we talking about you on the radio?
Anyway, 92. I was about to give the radio station number. 928-476-0331 is the number if you're joining the conversation. You know, the media has done this so many times, and they cover for Kamala's lies.
Mm-hmm.
To the point of, well, let's go back to the one and only presidential debate between Trump and Kamala. All right.
It 3 against 1.
Yeah, well, it was a gang up, but Trump came out of that smelling like roses because people started looking at it and say, hey, wait a minute, he didn't lose. He got beat up on. He was gang raped.
Right.
With that. And they were lying. And when they started putting together the pieces, the lies got even more bolder. Take a look at this. This is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
The most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed.
Fracking? She's been against it for 12 years. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes.
So would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes. And I've, again, worked on that. My values have not changed.
She wants to confiscate your guns.
I support buybacks, and it's something I'm so passionate about and so looking forward to being president to address.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
You can't do it by executive order any more than Trump can do things when he says he can do it by executive order. Does the vice president have a point there?
Some things you can.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can. My values have not changed.
Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
She said she supported taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She also said she
Taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She actually said she supported that.
My values have not changed. Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those guns if I get elected. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. Let's remember Charlottesville. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine
this is
people
a
on each
classic.
side.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
Stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist.
Equitable treatment means we all end up at the same place. The most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed.
Bullshit.
There we go.
Bullshit. Lie after lie after lie. And of course, the media is complicit with those lies. And it drives me absolutely batshit fucking crazy. Every single time.
I know. They just don't. They don't get it. It's so obvious to people out there.
When Camel Toe was Attorney General and whatever she did in San Francisco, a DA,
prosecuting attorney.
What were the majority of her arrests or of her convictions?
Poor black people.
Convicted of what?
Convicted of marijuana.
Yeah.
Minor things. Nothing big.
This morning at 9:34 a.m., she posted this on X. Kamala Harris will legalize recreational marijuana, breaking down unjust barriers that hold black men and other Americans back and make sure black Americans have opportunity to succeed as the marketplace takes shape.
So the one that she arrested, she's 4 now. Or convicted or whatever she did.
Some of those people are still in prison.
Yes, they are.
Some of those people are in prison for life.
That's right. But her policy hasn't changed.
Or no, her policy has never changed.
Yeah.
Her policy is whatever will get me elected.
Mm-hmm.
That's her policy.
Yep. So it's never changed.
And for that, I will say, no, that has never changed. Whatever will get me into office, whether it's sucking Willie Brown's dick. Sorry, had to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's offering free shit to illegal aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a get out of jail free card for legalized recreational marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
She will say whatever she needs to say to get elected.
Yes, she will. It's obvious. It's been obvious. It's so obvious to see. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Americans are that stupid?
Yeah.
That's the sad part. If it isn't a blowout, Americans are that stupid.
You know, here's a response from somebody who I consider a friend, a valued friend. Matter of fact, he's in Florida. Mm-hmm. His name is Carl. He says, while marijuana offers recognized medical benefits, I support its recreational use, and it's evident your current endorsement stems more from its popularity than genuine conviction.
Absolutely.
Your previous actions tell a different story. During your tenure, you actively contributed to the incarceration of a number of individuals in California for selling and using cannabis, leveraging those prosecutions to advance your career.
Mm-hmm.
This shift in stance raises important questions about integrity and accountability. Supporting a cause only when it becomes politically advantageous undermines the credibility of such advocacy. True leadership requires consistency and the courage to align one's actions and principles, even when it's not expedient. Boom. And we lost Henry again. But it's these kind of things that it's these kind of things that that continually continually go down. I am, like I said, it's all over, but the crying and the fighting anyway. Voting has already begun. So anything I say now is not going to change your mind either way, because chances are you probably already voted, or you're already going to vote, or you already know who you're going to be voting for in the upcoming elections. What is most irritating about it is that this kind of stupid messaging, this kind of stupid promising will continue to go forth all the way up through election day. And it's a goddamn shame. It's a goddamn shame. I am so sick and tired of this. I really am. I want it to end, but I can't end it because, well, this is what is currently is. Now, what are you eating?
Can't tell you.
Chocolate covered dick, huh? Ice cream cone. Nice. Where's mine?
At Safeway.
At Safeway.
Right around the corner from you.
Yeah, there you go.
Hurry back.
Yeah. Now, here's another massive problem that I have with Cackle's knee pads. she and the Democrat Party are all in favor of restricting your First Amendment rights, your Second Amendment rights, your Fourth, your Fifth Amendment rights. Because they feel that their narrative is being destroyed by people like you and people like me, Henry.
Yeah.
And people like those people who listen to this program.
Mm-hmm. You can't be a free thinker. We got to think for you.
Yeah. Well, here she is talking to the NAACP.
And will put the Department of Justice of the United States back in the business of justice. We will double the Civil Rights Division and direct law enforcement to counter this extremism. We will hold social media platforms accountable for hate infiltrating their platforms because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community. And we'll put the Department of Justice of the United States.
She's got her accent going.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that. She's disingenuous to begin with.
Absolutely.
But she's talking about weaponizing the Department of Justice against the American people.
Yep.
That means if I have an opinion that opposes her or opposes the official line, and say like Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or Rumble allows me to keep that online, she's going to come and arrest them. They're going to come arrest me, and we're all going to jail.
That's
at the point of a fucking gun.
Communism? Socialism? Communism.
Authoritarianism.
All bad stuff.
The American government has worked because we have a voice. We have a voice of disagreement. We have the right to bring our grievances in any manner we choose to government.
Right.
That means showing up at City Hall. That means showing up at state legislators. That means showing up at the county board of supervisors. That means showing up at Congress. And voicing our anger. But we're no longer allowed to do that. We're no longer allowed to do that. We take our angry voices and we go to the school board and say, hey, we don't like how you're teaching our children. Stop it. We're labeled terrorists.
Yep.
We go to a city council meeting. Not necessarily a Needle City Council meeting, but there are various city council meetings and a lot of video.
Oh yeah.
Of people being arrested and dragged out for speaking their mind.
Yep.
Because what they're saying is inconvenient to them, embarrassing to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. First Amendment's clear. You have to sit there and fucking take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can limit my time,
Right.
You're not going to limit my speech.
Right.
And I guarantee you, I may have 3 or 4 people behind me to continue my speech.
That's right.
But that's what they want to do. That's what Cackles McKnee Pads and her minions
wants to eliminate that.
Wants to eliminate your right to free speech, your right to argue, your right to your opinions.
Your right to question the government.
And your right to question the government. She wants to limit the press. If you're not saying what we're saying, we're shutting you down.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a free press.
Mm-mm.
That's a propaganda machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's Pravda. We had Henry, we once had a really beautiful country.
We did. And I lived through it.
All that changed.
It did.
All that changed in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
With William Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
The divisiveness. And believe me, the Republicans are just as much at fault. Especially Newt Gingrich.
Mm-hmm.
I have no respect for that man at all. None. He hated Bill Clinton so much that he would do anything to get him out of office. All it did was paint the Republican Party like a bunch of bitter old men that they actually were.
Right.
And then we had 8 years of Bush Cheney. We lost so many freedoms during their administration. Freedoms we have not gotten back.
Mm-hmm.
Freedoms that we were promised would be returned to us in full. We haven't. We'll never get those back.
Right.
You go to an airport today, you're subject to search and seizure.
Mm-hmm.
Without a warrant.
Yep.
Well, buying your ticket, if you read the fine print,
gives them permission.
Gives them permission. No, it doesn't. You actually have to have a warrant from a judge. But no, this is the law, and we blindly accept it.
Mm-hmm.
We gave up freedoms for the illusion of safety.
Mm-hmm.
We gave up our privacy. And even when that was uncovered and the chips all fell,
never changed.
The government shrugged its massive shoulder and said, so the fuck what?
Right.
It's authorized. We're doing it.
Right.
And the NSA records every fucking thing you ever say.
Mm-hmm.
Forever. Without a warrant. All in the guise of a little bit of safety that's never been proven to be safe for anybody. Then along comes Obama. By the way, the next 8 years, we're still at war in Iraq and Afghanistan. The fighting has not slowed down at all. If anything, it's picked up in pace.
Mm-hmm.
And our military starts to break down. Your noises are on your.
They are. I'm going to shut them off right now.
Mm-hmm. Equipment that the military is supposed to get, they're not getting it. Armor, they're not getting it. Troop deployments, they're not getting it. Units that have been rotated back to the United States are being rotated back into theater. And the war keeps going on and keeps grinding on and keeps grinding and keeps grinding and keeps grinding while more and more American casualties are mounting up. And then the race wars kick in once again. Beep, 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 beep. Where we are set at each other's throats again because of the color of our skin.
Yep.
Not the content of our character.
Right.
BLM comes into existence. Riots happen because of stories that were told that weren't true. And the unrest and the division between American citizens starts to really take effect. Then Trump comes down the escalator. And the real shenanigans begin. A lie was told. Evidence was created out of whole cloth. A secret court was convened, a FISA court, and permission was given to the FBI to spy on a political campaign. For nearly 4 years afterwards, all we heard was Russia, Russia, Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And when and then we had the first impeachment. Because the president of the United States dared to hold back aid from Ukraine because they were doing something fucking stupid. When during the Obama-Biden administration, Biden sat there and cackled and shared to the world that, hey, I told him, look, you're going to fire this guy or we're not going to give you any of your aid. And son of a bitch, they fired him. I think that's almost a direct quote.
Yep. And that was over the prosecutor that had something to do with his son.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
His son was getting ready to go down in flames.
Right.
Being a corrupt son of a bitch along with whatever gas company that is. For being corrupt sons of bitches.
That's right.
Taking bribes, distributing bribes, not stealing money.
Yep. I still don't know how they're still getting away with it. I still don't know how that it's not being uncovered and discovered and prosecuted.
2 words: Epstein list.
Yep.
Epstein list.
Lots of blackmail going on there.
Yes. Lots of blackmail. You know, there are so many things that have gone on. What in the smell? I have no idea what you're talking about. There are so many things that have gone on during the last 4 presidencies. I'm disgusted with it all.
It don't make any sense.
Then, of course, we had the Summer of Love.
Mm.
The mostly peaceful protest.
Yes.
Where billions of dollars in damage, lives,
government buildings, takeovers.
Because a sorry son of a bitch trying to pass a phony $20 bill, who had overdosed on fentanyl and other drugs, died in police custody. As a result of that, police are afraid to do anything. They are absolutely, positively terrified. And it has consequences.
Yep, it does. It absolutely does, and we're seeing it.
Yes, we are.
And they're publicizing what's happening to him.
In Virginia, a cop did not want to shoot a knife-wielding woman so badly that he got stabbed. Most 45. She came at him with a fucking knife. Stabbed him several times. While he continued to back up, he finally had to shoot. And people went crazy. Cop guns black woman down. Then the body cam footage came out. Shows him slashing at her, or him at, or her at the cop. He's cut on his face. He's cut on his arms. He's cut on his hands. He's cut on his body. He finally had to shoot her and dropped her. Because he knew in his mind that he's going to lose his job. He's probably going to go to jail and spend the rest of his life in prison.
Right.
For defending his life if he has to shoot this poor misunderstood black woman.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the cop was Asian. Anyway, shocking body cam footage on Monday was released by the Fairfax County Police Department showing the moment a woman was gunned down last month after attacking police. A Fox 5 DC reported crisis intervention trained officer Peter Liu, L-I-U, on September 16th went to a 33-year-old Sydney Wilson's apartment in Sunrise Valley Drive in North Virginia, suburb of Washington, D.C. Wilson's doctor previously raised concerns about her mental health. Police said that after Lou arrived on the scene, the hulking 6'5", 330-pound Wilson opened the door, but then shut it after briefly speaking with the officer. She emerged roughly 3 minutes later holding a knife and slashing at the policeman's face. Lou was next seen retreating from the danger and pulls his firearm. He screams at Wilson to back up. She ignores his commands and charges towards him while still holding the knife. The officer continues to back away. Seconds later, Wilson stabs Lou in the face again. The officer opens fire. The video footage shows that she was shot 3 times before collapsing to the floor. And yeah, they're going absolutely batshit crazy over it. This is the kind of world that we've created.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where violence goes unrestrained because we fear the repercussions if we actually prosecute.
Mm-hmm.
So we no longer prosecute. Look at California. Prime example. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going Christmas shopping.
Heck yeah.
Christmas shopping, hell, Christmas stealing. I can hit individual stores for up to $990.
$950.
Well, whatever.
Well, don't go $990. You'll get arrested.
I doubt it. I'll just join the rest of everybody else looting.
Wonder if that includes tax.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Sit there with a calculator as you
actually, Needles should feel lucky that they don't have any department stores right now.
I know.
I'd be down there. I'd be down there every other day stealing $950 worth of stuff and running.
Yeah, my friend at the that owns a liquor store here.
Mm-hmm.
The guy came in, grabbed some stuff, turned around and ran. And he ran right into the door, shattered the glass on the door with his head, and then still took off. And I said, "What did you do?" I said, "I chased him." I go, "Did you catch him?" "No, he was fast." I go, "You're not supposed to chase him. That's legal."
Yeah. But yeah, it's
and the cops don't do nothing.
Yeah,
their hands are tied.
Their hands are tied.
Yeah, if they catch him in the act, then they'll write him a citation.
99 miles and running. Okay, I'm not sure what 99. Oh, hey, how you doing, CW? Or no, that's
Chuck.
not CW. That's Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? Oh man. Yeah, that video was sick. However, I love these sick creative minds on the internet.
Not you.
Oh, yes, I do. And you have to appreciate the humor. Now, have you ever seen the game Doom?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
You've heard of it. You've never played it, so
no.
So, oh, okay. 99 Miles and Running is a NWA song. Okay, I still don't know who in Northwest, huh?
A New World Order.
New World Order Association,
Gangster Rap or whatever.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
but anyway,
Compton, South Central.
Doom was a first-person shooter game in the early 90s. Okay. Terrible graphics, but really, really awesome gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Made ID Software millions and millions and millions of dollars.
How about?
And launched a genre of first-person shooter games.
Okay.
So somebody decided to take some Doom overlays and add it to the footage. Now, mind you, this is rather graphic and violent, so don't blame me. But here we go. So there you go. Like I said, it was graphic and it was completely wrong, but I had to share it. I don't apologize for that. I'll probably get nuked off of I'll probably get nuked off of was it YouTube, but fuck YouTube. YouTube can suck it. Right here. And I'm sorry if I disgusted you. I know you were kind of lost there. You had no idea what that was, but I'll have to find some saved Doom footage for you to be able to really appreciate that. Okay. But yeah, that was, trust me, Henry, it was funny. Laugh now.
End of joke laugh here.
End of joke laugh now.
Can I cackle?
Yeah, you sure can. You sure can cackle. You can cackle all you want, Henry. That's fine. Anyway, 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. Thank you, PH, by the way, for enjoying. I figured you'd enjoy that. But like I said, this is where we are.
Yeah.
This is where we are right now. That cop was there checking on her health and welfare. She attacks him with a knife. He had to shoot her in self-defense because this woman was going to kill him with a knife.
Mm-hmm.
We see this over and over and over again. Far too many times.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sorry, mental health care is not at the end of a firearm. We don't have the facilities to treat violent, insane people.
We don't.
We can't put them in prison.
Nope. We can't lock them
because
in the institution
they're not there. They don't get help while they're in prison.
No, they don't. Nope, they don't.
Prisons are not mental health facilities.
No, they're not.
The Raw, you're on the air.
Are you talking about the lady that got gunned down by that sheriff deputy that was saying department for me, Jesus, or whatever? The one that this is a new one. So it's another cop killing a civilian.
Yeah, but she was stabbing him in the face with a knife.
Well, he could walk the hell out of there.
Oh, geez, come on.
I don't know.
No,
come on.
She was chasing him down. Yeah. Well, I just showed you part of it.
I guess I'd have to see the video.
I just showed you part of it.
I thought that was a video game.
He was backing off.
That wasn't a video game. That was somebody's crude joke to they overlaid the Doom on the actual video.
Oh, I see. I don't know. I just.
I won't show the actual video. That would get me nuked for sure off of YouTube and probably Facebook too. So
I don't think that police are adequately trained, and I'm going to make a general statement here.
I agree with you. They're not.
And there's a lot of these bozos that run the police unions. That's where the real criminal activity happens. It's not the good people that are just trying to make a living and want to do good. But
well, this guy, okay, according to the story, according to the news article, was a trained, let's see here now, crisis intervention trained officer. Okay, he was trained in this kind of stuff. He was trained to go over and do health and welfare checks on people.
So, okay, was he? Is there any indication that this person had a record for being kind of a 5150 or whatever?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't even know that.
Yes.
Okay.
He went over there because this woman's doctor, this woman's physician,
okay,
raised questions about her mental health, and they went to check on her.
Well, I mean,
and she flipped out, started stabbing him. Now she's dead. I mean, I don't know what else we can do about this. From what I see, I can't call it a lack of police training. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
you can make
Chuck.
you can make a federal mandate that officers have to adhere to some kind of training as far as mental illness, because that is, Americans with disability shit you're talking about.
Right.
I mean, this is federal shit here. And by the way, there's been a growing number of local governments that have been challenged in court because their use of deadly force against people with mental illness.
I understand.
Correct.
So,
now with that being said, Chuck, I have heard a lot of that, and the training for mental health on the departments it lacks very bad.
Yeah.
And
it really does.
And I'm going to agree with you, because look, you can't send all of these police officers to 8 years of psychiatry training.
Correct.
You can't make them psychiatrists. They are there to do one thing and one thing only, and that's enforce the current laws. And that's hard enough already.
I don't even think they enforce laws. All they do is investigate crimes, because if they really want to enforce laws, there'd have to be 100 of them per little town like Needles or whatever. You know what I mean? And then maybe there goes Batman right now in Longview, Washington. Yeah,
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but the thing is, we have a problem where we don't have adequate mental health. We don't have adequate health care, period.
Correct.
And we expect our police to do everything, to be trained, to be trained on everything, to be up on everything, to be totally cool, completely inhuman on everything, or superhuman on everything. And we wonder why the system fails nearly 100% of the time.
Well, you have a system right now where a lot of these cops, I don't care what city you're in, they feel like that they're at war with the civilians there.
They are.
No,
hang on. I know where Chuck is going, and he and I have talked about this in detail and length before, and I agree with him. And this started in the Obama administration.
Well, it doesn't matter what.
Actually,
there's something wrong.
Actually, it started before that. It started in the Bush Cheney era. when
I don't know if you
well,
want to get talking about NWA and gangster rap. Probably that's what really woke people up when they started listening to the mainstream music.
I'm going to completely discount that, and I'm going to say, well, but when they took off their starched uniforms, started wearing combat fatigues with body armor, and looking like a paramilitary force, that's when they changed from being police officers to protect and serve, to soldiers marching in the street. We're the enemy.
Yep.
That's when it changed.
Yep.
You and I, now don't you lie to me, Chuck. You and I have talked about this in length before.
Oh, sure. And it would all I think it all had to do with the police being used to address mental health crisis and how inappropriate that was.
It's that I don't think that you can say that that's the entirety of the issue, but yeah, it definitely plays a significant percentage of that.
One of the so I live in a local area where the cops are pretty trigger happy sometimes. I guess they get 3 kills a year or something like that for the last 10 years or so. And some of them are like, I mean, as a civilian just listening to the radio reports or reading the newspaper, you hear about the police report, and of course the cops are always going to write it the way the cops do, and you know what I mean by that. And a dead man doesn't talk. So we got body cameras and everything like that. Now, at the beginning part of this year, actually it was on New Year's Day around 5:00 in the morning, there was a police call that happened to involve a suicidal subject. And the police went up there to respond to the call and ended up it was a female, 29-year-old female with like a 35-year-old male. He called the cops because he was being assaulted, and they were both drunk, and she was suicidal and intoxicated. And the cops went up there, knew that she was suicidal, and escalated the situation and killed her.
Okay.
Shot her 10 times.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not
an important detail.
Okay.
An important detail about this is that we live in a town that a county that pays mental health tax to a behavioral correction unit. That very well could have been called because, like I said, the person is suicidal. Why are the cops going up to a case that they're not trained for? They're not doctors. They're cops. They investigate crimes. And why are we doing that still? And we paid the tax dollars.
Who else is going to go in there?
Like I said, we pay the money for a behavioral health unit.
Okay.
With bulletproof vests, so they understand the risk involved. And there's supposed to be a process where you go in there and talk to the person and talk to them until they come out, instead of going up there and just go, what's going on?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Not knowing the situation fully, I'm going to have to take your word for it. But Chuck, we're up against a rock and a hard place. What the fuck do we do? I seriously, what the fuck do we do? You say they have these units in Washington. If they're not being utilized or underutilized, then there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It becomes a choice. It becomes a choice of your city council, your law enforcement, your sheriff's office, or whoever the fuck these people are attached to. And you could get the federal and government involved and make a case as far as them not abiding by the Americans with Disabilities Act. I mean, okay, I fail to see how.
she's mentally ill. If she's talking about committing suicide, that's a mental health crisis.
Okay.
And that's mental illness. So you're talking about she's got a disability right now.
So every person who has ever committed suicide by cop, every one of those cops should be in jail because they should have automatically recognized that guy was that person was mentally ill and wanting to commit suicide.
I don't think that every person should be committed suicide. Just like I don't think that you believe that we should continue to kill mentally ill people.
No, I don't. But the thing is, there comes a time to where, like I said, I do not know the details of the story. I know the only details I know is what you yourself have told me. Okay, and I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure there's a whole hell of a lot missing out of that story.
Well, I'm sure there is.
But you know, here's my point. All right, we had a case here in Bullhead City. A woman who was acting crazy, armed with a pistol. She was walking down the middle of the street, screaming threats to everybody. Police show up. She points her pistol at a cop. He fires. She dies. In the investigation, they found a suicide note at home, and she was armed with a BB gun. This cop is no longer a cop. He had to resign for his he could not handle it because he ended up killing somebody who was no threat to him personally, but he did not know that in the heat of the moment because he had a gun pointed directly at him. It was dark. He shot, believing he was protecting himself. And now a good cop, and this guy was a really good cop, is no longer a cop and will never be a cop again because he cannot live with the guilt of shooting somebody who wanted to die by a cop's bullet.
Yep.
So here we are. We're back at the beginning of the at the beginning of this argument. How are we going to train our police? Are we going to require them to go out and get psychiatry degrees and then be able to diagnose somebody on the spot, split second, so they can make a decision to try everything before killing this person?
So you're telling me that it takes somebody with an 8-year degree to figure out a lady walking down the street with a gun is not crazy?
Well, if they got a gun and they're pointing a gun at you, that's a threat. You have to take.
You have to respond to that threat.
No. Yeah. I'm not talking about somebody pointing a gun. That's a secondary thing that
you
happens.
just said that.
It sounds like the initial call was a lady was walking down the street with a gun, and then secondary, she pointed it at him. So on first inclination, there's a crazy person walking down the street with a gun. What should I do? 1, should I go up and just shoot her? 2, should I go to, this is like a secondary type of a training process where, okay, this person is probably mentally ill. How do we deal with mental illness in a person that's armed? But it sounds like in this situation, the cops training really didn't provide that for him, and he felt guilty about it. The whole notion of a continuum plan for dealing with mentally ill people is not there in modern policing tactics. It's just not.
It has been codified in law. It has been held up in court battle after court battle after court battle after court battle. you attack a policeman, you're going to get your ass shot. You point a firearm at a cop, you're going to get your ass put down.
Well,
you start stabbing a cop in the face when he's trying to retreat. You're going to get shot. How do you de-escalate those kind of things? Lady, put down the gun, put down the gun, put down the gun. Sorry, not putting down the gun. Bang.
You could just run the hell out of there and trip her up or something. Throw a can of corn at her.
Throw a can of corn at her.
Oh my!
All right, Chuck.
All right, we're at top of the hour.
All right, man. Thanks for the call. Anyway, 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. We'll be back.
I'm bugging out.
What's that?
I'm bugging out.
What do you mean you're bugging out?
I'm done.
Why are you done?
I'm done. I'm tired.
Okay, well, all right. We'll be back. I'll be back after these messages. Good night, Henry.
Good night.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
Learn how to defend yourself and your loved one. Kingman Force on Force. Krav Maga. Empty hands. Edge weapons. Firearms training. Train like law enforcement with our virtual range simulator. AZCCW classes. Free gun safety classes. Our instructors are AZDPS licensed, NRA certified, and former Combat Special Forces. 3001 Stockton Hill Road, Kingman, Arizona. www.kingmanforceonforce.com.
I'm Rob Hansen.
And I'm Henry Longbreak, along with Tundra.
And KTOX 1340 AM, we are pleased to support the Mojave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation.
The Mojave County K-9 Foundation teams with the Mojave County Sheriff Department to keep our county safer. It increases deputy safety, and the dogs are highly visible deterrents against robberies, burglaries, and drug dealing.
K-9s can save time clearing buildings. It takes less than the quarter of the time that it would take a deputy on his own.
K-9s can track juvenile runaways, missing elderly persons, fleeing suspects, and provide comfort to traumatized victims.
For more information about the Mojave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation, or you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation or host a fundraising event that includes a K-9 demonstration, call John Sanchelli at 651-270-0920 or go online at www.mcsk9f.com.
The Mojave County Sheriff K-9 Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay, this is the target house.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry. Surgery.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the know. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
The opinions voiced on The Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
Oh, yeah. Time to get wild.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills. Now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it, and they call him racist.
Your host with most of this, Dan Hansen. Of course, we've got PH joining us right here and right now. Welcome, PH. Glad to have you, man.
Hey, what's up there, Misty?
Oh, you know, same old. Welcome to The Raw, man. You ready to talk some hardcore fucking politics?
Yeah.
oh man, the Viking Monkey King is ready, locked and loaded. Okay, well, I will give you an artilleryman's wet dream. Send it.
Hell yes.
Oh, by the way,
oh man, when that would come on, no. Here, the funny thing is when I first became an ammo chief, we're out there doing this long Joint Force FTX, so like everybody, Air Force was involved in shit, and we were going hard with our shit, being the light towed on the M119er,
right?
And I was taking a nap, actually laying on the trails with my head on the tire, and one of my soldiers is like, Chief, and I'm not even budging, and my gunny was there at our gun, and he said, hey, watch this, and he yelled fire mission. That was it. And I jumped up and I took off running. Like there was no hesitation. I was just up and going, and I stopped. I'm like, there's no fire mission. And Gunny's all laughing. He goes, that's how you wake up an arty man from a nap. You see a fire mission, he'll start moving
fire
quicker
mission,
than
he's up
and
and going. That's funny. That's hilarious. Well, welcome to the program, man. Glad you could decide to join us tonight. My regular co-host decided he needed to check out. He's got to get up early and head off for a function tomorrow, so he's got to hit the hay.
Yeah,
but then again, you know, he's just a politician. But anyway, little housework to do. If you want to join in the program, of course, you can just get a hold of me, send me a message. I'll send you the link. You can be one of the squares here, or you can call us at 928-476-0331, and which you've done in the past, haven't you?
I have.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I know you have. But yeah, we're talking, you know, the last hour we were talking about, you know, police, and especially the shooting that happened in Washington D.C. that, you know, with that, between that woman and the police officer, you know, after getting stabbed in the face how many times?
Yeah.
And you know, I saw a picture of the police officer, and you know, Dude wasn't good looking before. He's definitely not good looking now.
Or maybe it might be an improvement. I don't know. I haven't seen the before picture, but that's just dark humor. But yeah,
I understand that. You know, he's gonna have some deep scarring, and you know this might spell the end of his career.
Yeah,
this might spell the end of his career. He may not be able to handle going back and having to do that all over again. And unfortunately, that happens to a lot of good cops.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
I mean, you know, of course, we never see before or a good time before the incident. We only see the incident.
Right.
But
it's right. Oh, it's working. Sorry.
Yeah,
no, right. And what a lot of people don't realize either, it's like you know how involved in what areas of Twitter I'm involved in, or at,
right,
whatever you want to call it. And I see a lot of people on both sides who never actually really experienced anything in life, maybe like fisticuffs. That might be it. They've never
faced a real true life or death situation.
Yeah. And like and what they don't realize, it's like I don't know if I showed you the picture. It was one of my guys, and you remember it was back in early 08 where they tried to overrun the VBC and they hit it with like over 40 rockets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my guys were on the front lines for that one, and that was pretty. That was
pretty hairy. I understand.
Yeah, like the first attack that hit, I was on guard duty that night, and that system they have where it go incoming on the speakers closest to where the impact's supposed to be.
Right.
That speaker is right by us, but before the first hit, the first thing we got hit with was one mortar, and over the incoming, I could actually hear the woo 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 from the mortar tumbling, because sometimes they'd shoot like a 40 millimeter mortar out of a Russian tube, which is like 41 millimeters.
Right.
So that's just enough for it would tumble. So I could actually hear the woo, woo, woo of the mortar tumbling. And anyone who's really dealt with that stuff, if you can hear that over the alarm, you know, shit's going to be, it's going to
be gnarly real quick.
It's going to be spicy. And so I grabbed that guy. His name was Friday, and he was only 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I yelled, "Oh, this is an FCC.
You're fine. You can say the fuck word all you want on this one."
So I yelled, "Oh fuck," as I grabbed him and I threw him down on the ground and underneath me as I went on top of him, because that was my instinct. And the first mortar hit, and mind you, we've had mortar fire and stuff before that. And this guy would see me walking and a mortar would hit. I'm like, oh, that was pretty close, type of reaction. He never saw me hit the deck that quick, let alone grabbing him and throwing him down underneath me. So that probably did something too. Well, after everything was said and done, all the stretchers, the new stretchers weren't put away yet. So they're still lined up against a wall. And he's sitting there smoking. And I knew that look. But whatever innocence this dude had left in his mind was gone. It was dead. And so I took a picture of it. Because I thought that was the best picture to take that captured what actual combat is without showing the blood and the gore. Because it shows the aftermath where he's just sitting there. He's still in full combat gear, just sitting there, his back up against the wall, cigarette hanging on his hand lit, but he's not even smoking it. He's just, he's not there. So a lot of people don't realize this. So like this cop, he knows what he experienced before, but after getting stabbed in the face, that's not just physically, but mentally, that's going to alter him for the rest of his life.
Of course it is, and he's going to be dealing with a variety of different PTSD issues with it, and you know, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. You know, his job was to help people like her. That was his job. That's his training. And you know, I don't want to attempt to live in this guy's head, but you know, I don't want to say his life is fucked up after this, but you know, he's never going to be the same.
Well, yeah,
he's never going to be the same. And you know, after all the course, the stupid politics he's going to have to go through just to be able to stay on the force.
Yeah. Well, and then they're trying to scapegoat him and politicize this where it doesn't need to be politicized.
Well, here's the nice thing about it, okay? And the police chief Kevin Davis praised Lou's handling of the harrowing situation, noted he had no choice but to fire his weapon after getting attacked while being trapped in the hallway. He also stated the ending could have been even more tragic. Our police officer acted valiantly. He certainly exhibited some grace under pressure. It could have been much, much, much worse. And that, you know, that's coming from the police chief, you know, but so it appears they're backing him up, but we've got a mainstream media that's ready to vilify anybody that has to defend themselves.
Well, they need to. It's the progressive left has run this narrative and painted themselves in this corner with a lot of stuff, even to the degree what they accuse of going on in this country doesn't happen enough. So there's a higher demand than there is of product of it. So they have to go and look for it and point out something. They're like, they're out in a desert.
Well, it's just like that false militia story from yesterday. Okay, they were ready to paint, you know, paint militias in a very bad light when it turned out to be one fucking dude.
Oh yeah,
one dude.
Well, how they paint militias in the mainstream media is really effective, because even this year, I was out doing my shit in the woods, and when I'm out in the woods, I'm wearing my camo pants, my M81s, the good camo, not the crap they have now. And you know, I go out there, I do my thing. I come back, I'm in this gas station, and it was during tourist season, and this lady says to her husband, or whatever he was to her, loud enough to where I could hear it, "That's one of them Idaho Nazi militia guys the media talks about." And I'm just like, fuck.
Oh Lord, lady, I've been out clearing wood. What do you want?
It's like I was out building shit and stuff, you know, like I promise all your viewers, I'm not out there training a secret Nazi militia to whatever. Maybe a secret Viking army, but we're not Nazis.
The Raw, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'm back for round 2 here.
Okay. Chuck meet PH. PH meet Chuck. By the way, we're all three of us Army veterans. PH was an artilleryman who did several tours in the sandbox, and of course, you did a tour in Bosnia as an MP.
Just one and a couple in Kosovo, but it wasn't really that. It was not really. It was lackluster, I guess you could say.
That's fine.
I mean, my service was honorable and everything like that. It's not like I got in trouble, but it was like, I don't know. I mean, to some people, I guess, it was a good experience.
That's okay. We're all veterans here.
I didn't go to Iraq or Afghanistan. I still have guilt about that, but
don't have guilt about that.
But then at the same time, I don't. It's kind of a weird kind of a mindset that I have. But,
well, I understand.
You want to hear a secret? I have two.
Yeah.
I didn't get COP medals. The good conduct medals. I got 2 of them. So we all have our shame.
Anyway, so what's on your mind, Chuck?
I don't know.
Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can barely hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you
What's
are.
going on?
There you are. There you are.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
This is Mark Levin. Hello.
What's on your mind, bud?
So we're talking about, all right. First of all, when you become a cop or a soldier or anything,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe there's anybody out there that has ever become a cop or a soldier that has said, I might die on the job. I mean, is that like, we're not selling snow cones here. You know what I mean? Hello.
I'm going to directly dispute that. Yes. When I joined the Army, I knew I could come home and under a flag. When my father became a police officer or a sheriff's deputy, he knew that there was a possibility that he could come home or not come home.
Absolutely.
And he knew that going into the job. We knew that going into the job.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
My favorite cadences to call out when I'd march guys was ones about us dying. Like that was my favorite one. And
come on, man. You want to talk about gruesome songs?
Bury me in the leaning red.
Exactly. But blood on the risers, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Well, and then the good old saying, pain is temporary, wounds heal, chicks stick scars, and medals of honor look good on your family's wall.
Yeah.
I heard this one on YouTube. It was pretty. I hadn't heard this one before. It goes way long ago. I heard it on the radio. I don't know. And then you could take it off from there. But the whole way back long ago, I heard it on the radio was like the hook right there. I had to.
There you go.
I'm a big. Anyway.
Maybe I'll have to find a semi-clean version of that and use it as bumper.
Oh yeah, it goes way back long ago. I heard it on the radio. It sounds so good to me. Something about a U.S. Army MP.
Oh, good God.
MP. Yeah, or infantry, artillery. Way back long ago, I heard it on the radio.
Nice.
Go ahead, PH.
Well, one of my favorite ones was the C-130 rolling down the strip, airborne daddy on a one-way trip, mission top secret, destination unknown. Don't give a fuck if I ever make it home.
Sound off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one that I heard when I was over in Germany, and it was all like a bunch of service clerks and everything like that.
Oh, good Lord.
Then this motherfucker was talking about cooking shrimp and cooking chicken and all this shit, and everybody was like going, "Yeah, Mark's with us." Like, what the fuck? I've never heard anything like that before. He was talking about fucking cooking.
Hey, Cook's got to march back and forth too, man. You know.
No,
Yeah.
he was marching the whole goddamn brigade, like talking about cooking shrimp, like 37 trans. That was back when transportation meant transportation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But oh fuck, that was some good times, man. That was some really good times.
Oh
Fucking,
man.
Where were you been at, PH? Were you over in Germany?
Fort Sill, Fort Hood, all the other good things. The only time I was in Germany is when I got medevac to Landstuhl out of Berlin. We'd go over to like Frankfurt and stuff for some cross training with the Germans every now and then, but I was never stationed over there. I wish I was, because a lot of my ancestors, like my unit called me World War II aftermath, because I'm Norwegian, Danish, German, and Russian mix. So, and then
a war baby, or a Cold War baby. How old are you?
41.
Yeah, you're a Cold War baby.
Yeah. Well, they called me World War II aftermath, and then then I did time in Bragg, and then I instructed in Fort Leonard Wood. I instructed urban combat there for a little bit, and then when I went to 74 Delta School, I had to go there again, and I never had a tick in my entire life until I went to Fort Leonard Wood, and I got a tick in full fucking mop gear. Like, explain that one to me. Full mop gear, and I got a tick on me.
That's where the goddamn MP school's at. That's the problem. Right now.
I know. Well, when I was helping instruct urban combat, was for the Seaburn and the MPs. I was doing the Mock City for. And that's when I got my first, it was when they're doing the kinder, gentler army with the stress cards and crap.
Oh.
That's when I got sent to my first sensitivity training, because it was a female soldier going in as an MP, and I was having them load up Humvees, and she said this box of ammo is too heavy. And it was blanks, fucking blanks. And it's like, well, this is too heavy. I can't lift this. I'm a girl. And I said, you can't. I said, you're not a girl. You're a fucking soldier. Now reach down, grab your nuts, sound off, man the fuck up, and get that Humvee loaded. Boom, sensitivity training. I can't talk to female soldiers like that. But then my whole career up to that point, there were no females around me. At the battalion level and the brigade level, but besides that, there wasn't any. It was all male units. So it was like my first encounter with a female NCO was a female drill sergeant, and I've never seen them. You know, I've heard of them, and I was marching some guys, and I was calling the cadence that if all the ladies were pies in the oven, I'd be the baker, and cream them by the dozen. And I hear this high-pitched squeal. And here comes this female brown hat rushing up at me, yelling at me. And I'm like, okay, your point, what are you going to do? You know, like, can I go back to your privates? Don't you have privates to take care of? Why are you yelling at me and my guys? I was TRADOC at the time.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I can actually see this happening, because I know exactly where the fucking drill sergeant school is, or was, next to almost by the MP station, right where you were at. The NCO Academy and all that shit is like right there, and right there. Oh man. That's Fort Leonard Wood. Probably 80s or 90s, right?
Well, see, like I was over there for only 6 months because I was TRADOC in Fort Sill at the time. And I got called out there because of short staffed and, stuff like that. So I was getting moved around to where, like, I even spent a time where I was instructing Air Force land nav and combat life saving. And holy crap, that was a whole different beast. I mean,
Miss Rob, they got that whole A-10 range out there. It's like, so they got Air Force people out there.
But before I went to Fort Leonard Wood or dealt with the Air Force, even the NCO schools in Fort Sill that I do Op 4 for, it was all male NCOs because at that time combat arms was male only before they started integrating the females. And so I felt like I was a puppy that was allowed to sleep on the couch growing up. And now I'm an old dog and I'm getting yelled at for sleeping on the couch. Like I won't forget the first formation where I got yelled at because they're standing in formation. And this guy in front of me was just wearing a regular patrol cap and he didn't have a beret. I'm standing behind him wearing my beret. Well, this wind blows up, knocks his cover off, and it lands right in between my legs. And the guy, not hesitating, turns around, bends down right between my legs to grab his cover. And just out of, whatever, I said, well, while you're down there to home. and then the platoon starts yelling at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. And so the next day we're doing PT and it was my turn to call cadence as we did our run. So now I'm like, I'm really going to test the waters. So we're running. And then I do the cadence. 2 first sergeants were lying in bed. One rolled over and the other said, I like your hiney. It is so shiny. And it makes me giggle when you make it jiggle. I was not allowed to call cadence after that. I'm like, what the hell's happening to my army? I mean,
damn, that's some old school shit.
Well, my mentors and I grew up that they were.
I'm so glad I got out in 90. I really am. I don't know if I don't think I could have lasted, honestly. Through my 20s.
This female drill sergeant 5'4", you will not do Jody call. We're like, what the fuck is a Jody call? I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I won't do it. And I'm not sure what to do if I do hear it because I don't know what the fuck it
is. Jody calls. No. Oh, man. That's all right. But, hey. Oh, fuck. We could sit here and talk about this all night. I really
I'm sorry. You know me too, Misty. You get me on the rant talking about shit. I can't shut up.
That's all right. Well, you and I have had some really wild conversations that can never be repeated in public.
Yeah. There's some stories.
Same with Chuck here, but that's a different story.
There's some stories I won't really do on the radio because people will be like, "What the fuck?" That's like when people are like, oh, you're not military because real military, blah, blah, blah. It's like, tell me you've never been around combat arms without telling me you've never been around combat arms. I will say this. My mom once asked me what my greatest achievement in Iraq was. And I said, when the last call of prayer happened one night at the BBC, right when the call of prayer ended, I was holding this fart and I had the LRAD cranked up. So as soon as the call of prayer ended, I farted right into the mic and I projected my fart and it echoed throughout Baghdad. And her face turned red and she's like, oh, that's my son, isn't it? I'm like, yes, Mom. Yes, it is.
I'd be proud of that too.
And I can honestly say my fart was so loud. If you were within 700 feet of that fart, it would have caused permanent hearing damage.
Yeah, I mean that kind of from what I understand, that's the kind of shit that would make paint fall off the fucking walls and shit.
Yeah. Well, then the radio lit up. Everyone's like, "Does anyone have sound on that?" And I'm like, "Just quiet." My guy that was in the tower with me is over there giggling. Then the next day, the BC sent out a patrol trying to figure out what made that sound. I'm like, "No shit." And I felt so bad about that.
I got a retarded story like that real quick, if you don't mind me sharing it.
Go right ahead.
This happened. We call them rail missions, where we get on a fucking train and escort like tanks or whatever where they were supposed to go. And so I re-enlisted back right after September 11th. I re-enlisted for 3 years, and I asked to go and do a re-enlistment in a tax-free zone. So they sent me on a rail mission to Bulgaria, and well, not Bulgaria, but that's where the tax-free zone was. But our final destination was Kosovo. So we were delivering fucking tanks to Kosovo, and this happened in 2001 after the September 11th attacks, by the way. So there was like a huge incentive for me to fucking re-enlist and everything. It was the first time enlistment or re-enlistment. And I didn't even know the fucking point of the story. How embarrassing. That's what I get from multitasking. Oh, no. I get it. You were talking about farting.
Yes.
All right. We got real bored and on the train. And, well, let's just say that some of the senior NCOs, along with the fucking lieutenant and specialist, all decided to get alcohol when we were not supposed to. We got wasted on the fucking train and started lighting each other's farts, and like, dude, that shit became dangerous. And anybody that doesn't believe that shit, it's real, dude. You can really fucking light your own farts, and it can get really fucking dangerous if you're not. I mean, if you got a dude with a bunch of butt hair and everything like that, you could have a medical emergency on your hands. And, why isn't this guy standing at attention? Because his butthole's burnt, sir.
Armageddon.
How do you explain that?
Oh,
Armageddon.
That's the kind of shit that that's the kind of shit that MPs are into. So I'm just saying
that's okay. I had a buddy by the name of Jim Mang when we were in Germany, and he was drunk. It had the whiskey farts. He got the bright idea to strip down to his undies, and he lit one off, and we ended up having to take him to sick call the next day because his ass was really chapped. He never lived that one down. Never lived that one fucking down.
That's retarded. That's some good army retard shit there. I had a guy in my unit. Oh, this is the same guy that. Okay, listen to this. This MP, right? Mm-hmm. He was a new guy, FNG over at fucking 230th Military Police Company in K-Town, and just like, one of these just dumbass motherfuckers. He got caught fucking threatening President Bush over.
Good God.
Some cat room. And so the fucking Secret Service dudes in fucking suits said, "Oh, what the fuck you guys doing?" They straight up came to the barracks and fucking tore his room up. And, harassed his roommate and everything like that. And fucking the first sergeant was furious and embarrassed and everything like that. And then the final straw was, like, when he was already on, I think he was probably on his way out at that point in time. And the only thing this guy could do was clean the showers or, pick up fucking pine cones or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just dumb shit like that. He was on his way out. The guy got bit by a scorpion.
Oh shit!
That he fucking bought at some pet shop off base, and fucking.
So he was a certifiable military retard then, right?
He was just a man child, full up 19-year-old, just can't handle shit.
So Chuck, PH, I know PH has seen this video, but are you aware of caffeine suppositories?
Yeah, no one will tell me where they sell those, so I can avoid them.
Seriously, there are caffeine suppositories.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of stuff like that, but I don't mean to be trying to make myself look like I'm, trying to look for shit to shove up my ass. However, I am aware of different kinds of methods of colon cleansing, but that's just not my thing.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay? Now there is a hang on a second, Chuck.
Okay. My wife Panda just got some information. They're called the Magic Bullet suppositories on Amazon. So if you want to avoid getting them, don't go to Amazon and look for Magic Bullet suppositories.
Okay, I will post a link later so everybody can avoid it. Anyway, an Army lieutenant who does streaming by the name of Mandatory Fun Day. Okay,
he's an idiot already.
Yes he is, but he puts out some funny shit. You can find him on YouTube and X. But here is his most recent video.
This is a caffeine suppository.
It's a caffeine what? I'm not sure I'm understanding you correctly.
You understood me correctly. It's caffeine for your asshole.
It is what I thought it is, or was. Keep this away from the infantrymen and combat jobs in the military. Keep it away from all service members, right? You want normal service members, not butt caffeine service members. That is a dangerous service member. 1 minute you've got a normal one, then you give them some butt caffeine, and then they'll show you the meaning of speed.
This is a caffeine.
Oh yeah, this guy's career is off to a good start. I can't see but 5 years.
Panda, send me the link. Send me the link on Amazon, please. Butt caffeine.
You should probably tell her.
I had a lieutenant like that when I was in the 568th MP company. He was retarded too, and he came up to me and he said, "Chuck, your girlfriend's really hot. I know she has friends. So where you guys hanging out next?" He was trying to fucking get me to fucking get my girlfriend's hot girlfriends, who are all Russians, by the way, to go. And fucking, I don't know. This guy was a fucking predator, bro. He was fucking.
Well, there's always one of them. There's always one of them. All right, Chuck. Well, thanks so much for the call, man. Do appreciate it. Anyway, 928-476-0331 is the number if you want to join in the conversation. Holy crap.
I have a story about one of the dumbest things I did.
Oh, here we go.
So
besides farting into a microphone.
Yes. Besides that. So my last tours were when things were really ramped up and crap was hot all the time. And we got so used to mortars hitting and them just doing pop shots at us, that if we went a couple days where nothing happened, we'd get nervous, but then at the same time, we'd start getting really bored. So it was 4 days, really no action, nothing happening. I was on guard duty with a couple guys, and we got bored, and we had a case of Rippets. So we decided to have Rippet drinking contests. And And the loser would have to do something else, like would have to do something or whatever. There's 4 of us. And we're running out of punishments for losing. So we decided this one time. So it's about like between like 0300 and 0400.
No shit.
And we're sitting there, and one guy decided, okay, whoever loses this one, we're going to spotlight you in the tower while you guzzle another rip it. And we all agreed to it. So we did it, and we shined the spotlight into our own tower while this dude's pounding another rip it. And we weren't realizing we lit up the whole tower like a Christmas tree. And we're all 4 there just being stupid. And oh man. Yeah, service members and unlimited caffeine, stuff happens. Oh man.
Good Lord Almighty.
But no one ever accused 13 Bravos of being intelligent. I'm just going to put that out there.
or 11 Bravos or any kind of combat arms. Yeah, I understand that. That's all right. We've all done our fair share of really stupid fucking shit, and you know, it just adds to the flavor of our service, and you know, it's the memories that keep us sane.
Yes, the good memories that had non-lethal outcomes.
Exactly, non-lethal outcomes.
Yeah.
Anyway, 928-476-0331 is the number you want to join in the conversation. You know, we've been talking about a variety of things tonight, and you know, I'm kind of glad that you know we started telling, you know, old service stories and whatnot and so forth, because you know, frankly, I've been getting rather pissed off with a lot of the excuse me, with a lot of the political stories that have been going around lately. And you know, you travel around X enough, and it's enough to drive you absolutely fucking insane. Between the hyper liberals and the hyper conservatives, you know, everybody stuck in the middle is going like, "Hey, y'all just shut the fuck up, would you? Please, just shut the fuck up."
Sorry.
And you know, I'm
sorry.
You're fine. What's the matter?
Oh, she looked up the price of some of those caffeine, the butt caffeines. Some of them to get like an order of butt caffeine is like almost $3,000.
No. The only option is through the pharmacy.
Oh.
And without insurance is $3,000.
Yeah, so the only option's through a pharmacy, and without insurance, it's $3,000.
Oh,
like how do you get that insurance to pay for butt caffeine? Like, what do you tell your insurance company? I need to shove caffeine up my butt. Like I need a prescription.
Because the stomach can be too sensitive for the caffeine.
Oh.
That's why I just said, just get some no-dos and cram it up there, I guess.
Oh no, don't do that. No one listening to the show get no-dos and stick it up your butt. Don't do
that. Actually, you know, that's funnier than hell.
My bunghole.
I need caffeine for my bunghole. Oh, good Lord.
I'm going to have to make that now.
Well, you know,
I'm ready.
Okay, you know, this is part of Alcoholics Anonymous, and not for everybody, but you know, there was this one lady. She spoke a lot at speaker meetings, and part of her story was, you know, to hide her drinking, she would do wine enemas.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, the thing thing is, the alcohol is immediately absorbed into the bloodstream from there. And, you know, and you don't have alcohol in your breath. You don't have, hey, I'm not drinking. Why are you drunk? I don't know.
Right.
But you know, they're, oh good God. You know, I've heard of coffee enemas.
Yeah, man.
What is it? I'm sorry. What is it with human beings and butt stuff?
I don't know. I do not know. It's like if you want to go down that rabbit hole and you look at ER stories of what doctors have to remove from people's buttholes.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the heck? I just like that is the one thing I hated about being aerosol was the prostate exams I had to get every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really hated that because I swear to God, to check for prostate in the Army, you have to have like 2-inch thick fingers as a
well, they use they fist you.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, like I'm just like, can I do it over again and not go to aerosol school? Like, no. It's like time to get a finger up your butt. And now I'm at that age again where I have to go in and get it done again, just because I'm at that age. I'm like,
well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know. It's but seriously, what's with people and butt stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get it. I make the worst gay person in the world. I swear to God. I swear to God. You know what? One of our common jokes on X has been Armageddon.
Yeah.
And it comes from a radio program that was done. I don't know where it was done at, but it was a joke on their newscaster. Essentially what it was. And if you're familiar with felching, and that's all I'm going to say, but that's butt stuff.
Yeah.
Look up Armageddon on YouTube and get ready to giggle a lot. Then you understand why occasionally I'll just mouth off with
Armageddon. Oh man, no, but yeah, well, I just, but like I look around to what a lot of people and their comments and their takes on Twitter, and it doesn't surprise me. There's this big thing for sticking stuff where it shouldn't go, because I look at these people and I'm just, a lot of the times I'll be reading someone's take on something, and that from that movie Idiocracy, the "Welcome to Costco, I love you" guy, like pops in my head, like as I'm reading, and
welcome to Costco, I love you.
Yeah,
yeah, I hear you. Well, you know,
or that prison scene where he's getting sent to prison, and he looks through that window, and that really big fat guy sitting on another guy's face, and then he points at him, and he points at the guy like that he's sitting on his face. I'm like, yeah, that is our society nowadays.
Yeah,
it really is.
I kind of like how I escaped from prison.
Yeah.
I got in the wrong line. I'm supposed to be, you dumbass, get over there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And then the aptitude test.
Yeah. That was. You got people, putting the square block in the round hole. I can't figure this out. Anyway, yeah, that's a classic dumbass movie. But one of the jokes used to be, I can't find my keys. And, you know, somebody else, some smart ass, well, if they were up your ass, you'd know it.
Right.
You know, we once again, what is this human thing of butt stuff?
Oh, oh no,
I don't know either.
Well,
like I said,
maybe the more free time we have as a society, because the more comfortable living is, the more our mind wanders about like, what can I do to fuck myself? I mean, I don't know.
Oh wow, I've got this 2.5-inch jar in my hand. I wonder if I could fit this up my ass. Good grief! No, don't do it.
Well, it's like it wasn't this year, it was last year, where the Forest Service had to put out a PSA out here in Yellowstone because tourists were spraying their kids with bear spray, thinking it worked like mosquito spray.
Oh, good God Almighty!
And it was like, oh my God!
Oh, quit crying! It doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be kidding me! And these are the same people that will tell me I live like I'm in the bush people of Africa, and they're just trying to improve my life as they're spraying themselves with bear spray to keep the bears away. I'm like, okay, you do you, dude.
Fucking meat sacks, I swear to God. Anyway, PH, thanks for joining me, man. Hang on, because don't go away. I'll talk to you here in just a minute, but we're at the end of the program. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It is The Raw. We'll see you Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific time on the Miss Rob Hanson radio program on KTUX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM. Of course, you can always watch us here on Rumble as well and on X, but not on Twitter, not on Facebook, and not on Twitch. Oh, God, I there are some days I really hate it. But anyway, go out there and make the world a better place. We'll see you this weekend.
Just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
Avast ye scallywags, it's another pirate production. Come on down to Smokin' Joe's Crack Pipe Emporium and get your free drug paraphernalia. Make sure to ask for the Hunter limited edition crack pipe so you can feel like an overly pampered, privileged white man while becoming incredibly high. We have pipe and smoking kits of every shape and size to fit your smoking needs and make sure you feel that racial equity. Don't forget the needles and syringes in convenient shareable packs of 100. We're here for all your getting high needs. Just come on down, man, to Smokin' Joe's Crack Pipe Emporium, located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. Just look for the big White House. That's Smokin' Joe's Crack Pipe Emporium for all your getting high needs.